The movie starts with a chicken sharing a story with its soon-to-be hatched offspring. This is the story of their family of the time, when they all live on a farm. The farm owner was so cruel, treats the chickens badly, and ends them in the end. One day, it happened so bad that the lady brought a machine that makes trotters. Means the chickens were cooked as food for the humans. The chickens of this farm were scared nowadays. They all were worried about their death. They all lost courage except from Ginger, who is the mother of the baby to be hatched. It gathered all the chickens at this difficult time and made a plan to escape. The chickens supported it. Finally, they got free while destroying that farm, after facing so many troubles and difficulties. Now, because of Ginger's efforts, today they were living a peaceful life on an island far from the humans. The chicken was telling this story to its egg. Meanwhile, Ginger comes, the mom of this baby, and it says to its husband, "I don't think our baby needs to listen to this story." Ginger, its husband, and other chickens, like them, were happy on this island. Ginger doesn't want them to remember the old hard days, and also doesn't want any effect of their past life on their babies. That's why Ginger's husband removes the old posters from their house. In doing so, they suddenly feel a sense of motion, and they see their baby's foot has come out of the egg. Their baby was super active. It moves far from there without breaking the egg. Ginger and its husband were running behind her, and the chickens of this chicken island were watching this baby surprisingly that isn't hatched properly and has roamed the whole island. Now, after facing many dangers, it fell on a grass field. The egg breaks and the little chick, Ginger's daughter, comes out of the egg. Seeing it, they all become happy, and Ginger named its daughter Molly. As time goes on, Molly matures and becomes more mischievous. She was so clever and never listens to anyone. It does what it wants. She likes to live freely, but it always thinks about what will be outside this island. Why she didn't move outside this island. Even she tried to go out of this chicken island. With 2 rats came here. The rats who often come here to sell stolen things. But Molly's parents somehow take their daughter back to their island. Molly says to her mom, "I want to see the life outside the island." And hearing this, Ginger remembers her old life, where their lives were at risk. Ginger remembers when the cruel owner ends the chickens like them. Ginger remembers all this and gets so scared that it doesn't reply its daughter. Meanwhile, its husband comes and it says, "I think now it is the right time to tell our daughter about the life outside this island. We should tell it that our human world is dangerous for them." It often gets scared while thinking about life outside this island. It shows its daughter how to make popcorns with the sunlight while ignoring all this. This family was enjoying popcorn when suddenly the earth starts shaking. Ginger sees that humans were about to build a highway near their island. And this was bad news for them because now humans would have reached their house somehow. They become worried but didn't tell anything Molly about this. The next day, Molly sees from the binoculars that the highway is ready on the other side of the river. It sees a truck moving on that highway, and there were chicken posters on that truck, and the chickens were looking happy in that poster. Molly feels good to see this, but Ginger understands that their life isn't easy like before. Now a danger again will come into their lives. She calls a chicken meeting and says soon the humans will discover about us. So from now on, we will live secretly on this island and will not make any noise so that humans will not discover us. the chickens were ready to obey Ginger, because she was just asking chickens to live secretly, not to do war with humans like Ginger had fought with humans before. Later on, Ginger hides this island, with leaves along with its companions. The next day, it doesn't allow its husband to crow that humans would hear them. And Molly sees that they have made a leaves wall outside their island. She gets surprised. She also plans to go to highway while crossing this leafy wall, because she wants to go in that truck in which it is shown that chickens live happily. Ginger sees that Molly is planning to go out, but it immediately forbids it and says the world outside this island is dangerous. It is difficult for us to live there. Ginger says to Molly,
"What problem you have on this island? Everything a chicken needs is available here."
Molly replies, "No, I don't get freedom here," and saying this, she leaves in anger. Molly was talking about freedom because her dad has told it everything about their past, how they lived freely before the dangers in their life came. Knowing this, Ginger scolds her husband, because somehow it provoked her daughter to see the outer world while telling it this story. The night appears and Ginger has a nightmare. She sees the farm owner was about to end it. Suddenly, she wakes up, she panics and goes to see its daughter Molly in its room. She becomes worried after not finding Molly in her room. She finds out that it crossed the river through a raft and moved far from here towards that highway. Ginger and her husband become worried about this and move ahead to find Molly along with their companions. Molly is shown who have come on the highway. While coming out of the terrible bushes, suddenly a truck comes in front of her, and before she dies, a chicken comes from behind and saves her. She was also a female chicken like Molly named Frizzle. She tells Molly that she also wants to live freely like her. She also wants to follow that truck on which a happy chicken is made. Frizzle thinks that truck takes chickens into a farm where all the chickens live happily. Now because Molly also wants to know about that truck, so it starts following Frizzle. It is shown on the other hand that Molly's parents and the rest of the chickens are also coming to this side through rafts to help it, so that they can take Molly with them to the island. While Frizzle and Molly reach a petrol pump, where that chicken van has come to fill the petrol, Frizzle hurriedly stands in front of the van driver. Due to it, the van driver thinks maybe this is his van's chicken that has come out. Now because Molly was also standing with her, so the van driver puts Molly in his van too. By time, Molly's parents also reach there, who have seen Molly moving in that truck. Now Ginger starts making efforts along with her companions to take her daughter Molly out. Now because the truck was moving at a high speed, so Ginger fails to save its daughter. Meanwhile, the truck reaches the Funland farm. It is shown that the truck has to pass so many security doors to move inside. There was a thick wall around this farm, and there was a high voltage current in the exit gate. That means if someone would try to come inside or go out secretly, would not be spared. Ginger, who have come here to save her daughter, becomes worried to see this farm's security. Ginger's companions were with it and ask, "What will we do now?" Ginger says, "We have to move inside the farm and have to save our daughter Molly." They all become astonished to hear this. It is shown that the chickens along with Molly were gone through a pipeline. On the other side, someone was keeping an eye on those chickens. After it, it is shown that an automatic machine places a necklace on the chicken necks. Molly and Frizzle don't want to wear this necklace, so they move to the other pipeline. After all this, the chickens were gone through a terrible drain. This dark drain made Frizzle and Molly scared. They felt that now they will not stay alive. But after a few seconds they land in a lovely world. There was everything for the chickens. with which they could stay happy. Frizzle and Molly see that there is a lot of food for the chickens there. Not only this, but they were also playing different games. That's why they were happy to come there, because they feel like their dream has come true. Ginger and its family is shown outside the farm to save its daughter. They were making a plan, but then Molly's dad tries to move inside the farm to save Molly. Due to this, he gets a shock from the gate. And later, the robots of this farm torture him. But maybe it was his luck that he went inside the farm while escaping from everything. Ginger realizes, after observing her husband's condition, that she can't go inside like him. So she makes a new plan and goes to Mouse Brothers. Frizzle and Molly notice in the farm that the chickens were behaving strangely. They couldn't understand what is going there, but decide that they will discover this mystery. The man who keeps an eye on the chickens sees in his CCTV that there are no bands on Frizzle and Molly's necks. Then he decides that he will first make them wear bands. Now it confirms that the chickens were behaving strangely because of that necklace. It is shown that Ginger and the Mouse Brothers have also made a great plan to come inside the farm. They dodge the farm security and come inside easily, while the Mouse Brothers land on the farm's roof. With the help of their flying umbrella, they will wait here until the completion of Ginger and its companions' plan, so that they can fly through this flying umbrella. After the completion of the mission, now the advanced robots of this farm consider the Mouse Brothers' garbage and throw them into the dustbin because they were hiding in their umbrella. Moving inside the bin, they find out that Molly's dad was also stuck there for a long time before they move into the burning machine along with the garbage. Molly's dad holds their umbrella and they escape through this. Finally, they reach the farm. Molly's dad had already decided that he will save his Molly. Now the man who sees the chicken through the CCTVs is shown. Actually, he is the farm owner and he is a doctor. He moves inside the funland while wearing the chicken costume. He makes Frizzle wears a necklace, due to which she also starts behaving strange. And this makes Molly worried that why Frizzle is behaving like the other chickens. To solve this mystery, she chases the doctor. Moving out of the funland, the doctor was talking to a hotel owner. Ginger's team was also near, who was finding her daughter Molly. Molly chases the doctor and was about to enter the lift with him. Ginger sees it and moves inside the lift along with Molly without thinking anything. Likewise, she gets separated from its companions. Her companions move inside the CCTV room while making the guards their slave. They start finding Molly through the CCTV while the doctor was telling the hotel owner his farm's process. They didn't know that Molly is hiding in the hotel owner's bag. The doctor tells the hotel owner how he keeps all the chickens happy through a special necklace, after which the chickens happily move to the grinding machine. And moving inside the machine, the nuggets are made of those chickens. The humans love to eat them. Molly becomes surprised to see this, that how the humans raise the chickens on the farm and then eat them. After showing all this, the doctor makes his wife meets the hotel owner. And this lady is Tweedy. Her story is that she raised chickens on her farm for years and then end them brutally. Not only this, but there is a twist in the story. A chicken of her farm fought with her, while including its companions with it. And they won. The chicken I am talking about is Ginger, means Molly's mom. She saved her companions from Tweedy, and then took them to an island far from humans. Here, the story is repeating itself, means Ginger and her daughter are again stuck in Tweedy's trap. Now Tweedy shows the hotel owner to control the chickens through a remote and shows how the chickens are moving to the grinding machine happily. The nuggets were made of those chickens. And the hotel owner becomes happy to see all this. He gets ready to buy the chicken nuggets made by their machine. During this, we see that Ginger meets Molly and they become happy. Molly is still scared. And Ginger says, "Let's go, I have come here to save you. I will take you from here." But Molly wasn't ready to leave without saving her friend and companions. During their talks, they didn't discover when Tweedy sees them. She now lifts Ginger up and starts torturing it. But before something worse happens to her, here comes Ginger's husband with Mouse Brothers. He attacks Tweedy and distracts her, and Molly saves her mom while getting a chance. Rocky attacked them well for the first time, but the next time he doesn't dare to attack, while seeing so many humans, so he performs his nonsense dance to distract them. But seeing this, Tweedy becomes furious and asks her guards to capture him. He was running from them. It is shown that there was a necklace in Ginger's neck, so she was under Doctor and Tweedy's control. Even she couldn't recognize her companions and was moving to the grinding machine happily. Molly and her companions move behind her mom to save her, but unfortunately, they fall in a grinder. There was a lot of corn in that grinding machine that helps in making chicken nuggets. Molly removes the neckband from her mom's neck as they fall into the grinding machine. Meanwhile, it is shown that Ginger's husband also fell into the grinding machine. Now, without wasting any time, Tweedy was about to turn the grinder on so that Ginger will be ended along with her family likewise. She will take her revenge before they die. Molly gets an idea and she hurriedly takes the mirror out of her dad, with which her dad shows her how to make popcorn through sunlight. She uses this formula and burns a few firecrackers, due to which the corn turns into popcorns. There was so much corn that they move upside. When this corn turned into popcorns, finally, they were free and they had already made a plan to go out. Everything was going well, but Molly refuses to leave because she had to save Frizzle and other companions. Hearing this, her mom and her companions get ready to help her. During this, the hotel owner comes to ask for chicken nuggets from Tweedy. That's why Miss Tweedy orders her husband to send all the chickens to the grinding machine, so the nuggets will be made soon. But before the doctor does this, Ginger and her husband comes to stop him. Before Ginger and her husband could do something, Miss Tweedy comes and takes the remote, through which she can control all the chickens. She presses a button and orders all the chicken to come to the grinding machine. Molly runs to the funland to save all the chickens. She first removes the necklace from her friend Frizzle's neck. Due to it, she comes to her senses. The other companions try to stop the other chickens to come to the grinding machine. Now, because those chickens were in large number and they can't stop them, that's why they were also moving towards the grinding machine. On the other side, there was a fight going on between Tweedy and Ginger. When Molly sees that Miss Tweedy is taking her mom to the grinding machine, she panics, but then she sees that Tweedy's remote has fallen on a pipeline. Now she moves to take the remote without wasting time. But before she could save the chickens while pressing the button, Miss Tweedy captures her. Molly was clever than Tweedy and throws the remote toward its mom. Ginger stopped all the chickens to go to the grinding machine while pressing a button. That means all the chickens were saved. And before Miss Tweedy ends Molly's dad attacks Miss Tweedy. And because of this attack, Miss Tweedy falls into the grinding machine and changes into a huge nugget. Now getting this golden chance, Ginger with all her companions releases all the chickens and try to escape in the hotel owner's truck. But maybe still, there isn't ease in the chicken's fate, because it discovers that Miss Tweedy is still alive even after becoming a nugget. She gets on the truck and tries to end them. But on the right time, a chicken pushes Miss Tweedy down from the truck. Finally, the chickens come out of Tweedy's farm, and her farm was destroyed completely. And her advanced robots were now attacking her. The final scene reveals that Ginger and the new chicks were coexisting contentedly on their island, while Ginger and its companions have decided to save chickens from humans. Means now they are a kind of chicken police who rescue chicken from humans on different farms. Whenever they discover that humans are about to end chicken, they reach to help chicken. The story ends here while showing a scene like this.